G'day YouTube, Max right here, and some cool little developments here I wanted to share with you. Hour by hour I'm following this, and I thought, on one of my live trades, which is actually a short on Ripple, which I'll get to in just a minute, I'm going to move my stop loss. And I just wanted to share that with you, and it's very relevant to Bitcoin right now. So earlier today, I posted a video, and by the way, thank you for all your support. The comments have been amazing, like 3,000 views in just a few hours. I appreciate that. It's called Should I Buy Bitcoin Now? I'll put it in the link in the description. And where am I? I'm over here. A few of the comments there, people said that yes, because of what they've been learning and understanding about trend lines and entry points, they got in right here at the start of this move, right? And what I was teaching there is that you get in after it crosses this trend line, and then you put a stop loss. A stop loss is something that you say, if it goes back down there, just sell and I'll take my loss. I want it to be a small loss and just eat it. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, you run this up. So what I would do here, if I was one of those people in that trade, is I would move my stop loss up. And here's how I would do it and when I would do it. So right now I'm on the hourly chart, and you can see here we came up and we turned around and painted this big red candle, and then turned around and went back up on a run. Around about here, as I kind of like go back past that high, just around here, I would move the stop loss up to just below the wick, something around this level right here. And I would change my stop loss to that. And now I'm guaranteed profit. If this thing turns around and wants to run back down here, I don't want to be involved in that. My prediction is we're going all the way up to this trend line, and I don't want to be involved in that in case I'm wrong, right? Skip forward a little bit. We've just painted this scenario. We've gone up, kissed this trend line again. We turn around with another big red candle, go back up, start heading in the right direction. I'd move my stop loss again, right up to here, a little bit below the wick, probably about there. So setting it at 6585, that's something that I would do now. And again, I've just guaranteed myself even more profits. If the Bitcoin price turns around and lays down, I want to be out, all right? So that's how to apply it to Bitcoin. Oh, let's go back and review one of my trades, and I've been meaning to do an update on this for the longest time, and I just keep forgetting, just like tack it on the end of a video. So let's review. You may recall I told you about this trade that I did, which was an XRP Bitcoin. We're on XRP Bitcoin, and this vertical blue line marked my entry point, okay? And you'll see, I might have to, because this is a short, I'm going to move my camera up here. Let's do that, and that way I'm not cutting off anything. Okay. Okay, so Ripple was in this channel, right? We can see we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches on this trend line, and it was held this trend line as support several times too. So Bitcoin was in this channel, it was heading down. We came up, hit that trend line, turned back down. Okay, right here I was like, okay, if this continues this pattern, bounce, 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 we could see it come all the way back down here to this trend line again. Well, that would be cool. And if I was wrong and it went through this trend line, I would set my stop loss right here and I would be out. So this green line was my original stop loss right here. And this green line right here was my original take profit. That was the original. I opened the position here, which was shorting. I'm going to make money if the price goes down. I put my stop loss up here, and then I had my take profits here. And as time went by, this is back in August I opened this trade, the Ripple price just kept falling and falling and falling and falling, but staying inside of this channel. So did I finally cash out here and take my profits? And the answer is no, I did not. Because as the trade was developing, I was moving my targets because the trend line keeps on going south. So I want to stay in this trade for longer. So my take profits is all the way down here. If the price comes down here real fast, I'm going to take my profits and get out of this trade. But I do the same thing with my stop loss. So we had this come down and back up to here. And the first point I did was I moved my stop loss down to about here, the same as my entry point, right? And then we came down, we went back up here, and I moved my stop loss to there. And then I moved my stop loss to just above these wicks here. And now we see Ripple is turning around. I actually had it right here above this wick here, right? We came down, we came back up, and I moved my stop loss just above this wick here, and that's where my stop loss currently is. Okay, now if we go up, it's going to close me out of that trade still for a very nice profit of 31%. If we continue going down, I'm going to continue moving this down here, and that will be a profit of 45%, and we will continue to I'll continue to move my take profit away as long as it does not touch this trend line. If it rushes down here and kicks this trend line, I will take the profit straight away, because it's probably going to bounce off this trend line and head back. All right. And if this rolls over here, comes up showing a little bit of strength, turns back down, I will move my stop loss again. Let's say it turns around from here. I would move my stop loss down to there, right? Guaranteeing me a profit of 35%. Okay, so that's how I monitor the trades. That's how I keep it moving. That's why I always want to bet with the trend. So you can see here, like my thesis was going to bounce off this trend line and come back. Well, I had the same thesis here. It was going to bounce off this trend line and go back. But I never enter those trades. I don't, because here's why. It went up a little bit. No, I wouldn't have taken profits here for sure. And then it turned around. And my thesis was still correct. It never went past this trend line. But look at the price. This is significantly lower than this. So I would have just had to be sitting there losing money day after day after day. It's like, well, my thesis is still right. It's still in the trend line. I'm not going to bail out of this trade yet. And then maybe, luckily, I would have got around here. But there was no guarantee of that. Could have gone any which way. And I'm just sitting there losing money day after day, so, like patting myself on the back that my thesis was correct, but I'm losing money. So I only bet with the trend. The trend was going down. We're up here, and I'm going to do that. Now, I should say, I am going to break that rule probably soon. If Bitcoin does the cup and handle, I am probably going to short Bitcoin from pretty close to the all-time high. But I'll be setting pretty tight stop losses. It's a break from my actual system, but I might do that trying to scalp some on that handle correction. So guys, I hope this was a really helpful video. We've talked about, the previous video talked about entry points, and I think it was really important. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. From your comments, you certainly did. And now we're talking about monitoring the trade and moving our stop losses and take profits. Okay, hope that helps, and I'll see you guys soon.